Good morning, Flosstube. It's Emily here. I am Crafty Emily, and I'm here for a Flosstube, a catch up. I think it's been 8 days since I made my last reasonably disastrous video. I will explain in a moment before it makes me, I've been trying it not to make me too mad, but there we go. I'll explain in a second. And because I don't have a great deal of stitching, I have done some, but a great deal of stitching to show you, I'm going to go through my plans for 2025 in this video. But first I'm going to have my little wine, my little whingy wine. Then I'm going to do my little bit of stitching. Look at my blood blister, I got that yesterday. Clicked two plastic boxes together and ouch. Anyway, it's making me sad because I can feel it all the time. And then I'm going to launch into my WIPGO for 2025. I have sorted out my my projects and all my goals, which I have just left in the other room. So I'm not going to go through all my goals. They're basically all the same anyway. Right, last video I talked an awful lot about my Advent Flossmas boxes. Now they are all dispatched. I got that. They're the last ones. The last couple were dispatched on Saturday. I just need to update my Etsy because I haven't yet, because there's some tracking numbers to put in. One of the ones that I sent to New Zealand has arrived, so I'm very positive that I feel very positive that the boxes are going to arrive on time. Now, because I was going on about it so much, because honestly it was all I was doing, it was all I was thinking about, was getting these orders fulfilled. I think I pissed at least 20 people off, because although my video had the same engagement, thank you all for watching if you're one of my people, it had the same engagement, it had the same views, it had roughly the same number of comments that I get when I'm not doing a giveaway, but I lost 20 subscribers. So I had just tipped over 3,000 and then I'd gone a little over, and now I'm back. Well, I went down as far as 3,002. And you know what, when you when you have a smallish number, like not got 67 million, you really honestly, because when you open your YouTube app, the first thing you see under your name is your subscriber count, and it is in big numbers. It's not like a tiny little font. It's like, it takes up about 1/6 of your screen is your subscriber number. And you can't help it, it's there. You can't help not read it. And I was just watching it drop and drop and drop, and I just thought, shit, I have talked too much about Etsy. So from going forwards, I'm not going to do that. When I do make things and I put them in my shop, I'm going to say it right at the end. I was just excited, guys, and I'm sorry. I'm sure the people who have unsubscribed to me are not watching. That's fine. But I'm sorry if I go on and on about things that aren't exactly cross-stitch, but it made me a little mad, and I don't know why, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And I have to understand that it doesn't matter. Stitching. I am still trying to catch up on the treasure hunt bookshelf, and to that end, every morning I am putting stitches in to treasure hunt bookshelf, which I have not brought through either. I've got my master set of DMC for reasons absolutely unknown, because it's not like I need that. Piece of paper that's in it though, I'll show you. So what I did until the end of the year, there's 72 boxes, which represents the stitching I need to do on, I would like to do. It's not necessary for the treasure hunt bookshelf. So I've got October stitching, as you can see, I have not yet completed. I think I've got about 900 stitches. I've put in 300 odd this morning, and I tend to do that when I get up first thing in the morning. Stitching on darker coloured fabrics, my eyes aren't quite ready for that. So I tend to pull out my treasure hunt bookshelf and get in a quick 200 or 300 stitches. This is when I'm on late or I'm off, like I'm off today. That's fine. I get up before everybody else in the house, and I can put in quiet stitches, have a cup of coffee, watch a couple of Flosstubes before the rest of the house gets up, which is great. So I just marked off in boxes how many stitches to do. So as you can see, I'm still in October stitches. If I get here by the end of the year, brilliant. Don't think I'm going to. I'm gonna prefix right now with I don't think I'm going to get to 32% at the end of this year, and that's okay. That is okay. I'm going to try, but if I don't get there, I have to let it go. And I'll stitch it anyway. I gave myself 10 years, and doing 12% a year is under 10 years. Doing 10% a year would be 10 years. So, you know, I'm still on track to finish way under 10 years on the project. So that's my piece of paper. It's living in my master set DMC because obviously I use this all the time. This is how I roll, guys. Look, they need bobinating. Some of them are not, have fallen out, but basically if I can't find it in here, I go and check my other set, and if I can't find it in there, I check my loose skeins. If I can't find it in there, I'm like, oh, why haven't I got this colour? And then I check the muddle up that is on the corner of the sofa, and it is a massive muddle up, which Sid then decided he was going to make a nest out of. So now it's like a, yeah, I need to fix that and put the ones away in my master set that belong in my master set. Lots to do. I'm going to go and get my treasure hunt bookshelf and some of the other things that I've forgotten. I'll be right back. Oh, it's lovely and warm in the rest of the house. I'm going to prefix this with saying this room I'm sitting in is 11.5 degrees Celsius. I have put the underfloor heating on. I put it on at 7 o'clock this morning. It's now 9 o'clock, and this is our first properly freezing cold day. I had to scrape my windscreen at 7 o'clock when I took Flora to the bus, which she got today. Yeah, we're still frosty on the windows. It is on the outside of the windows, but it is still very cold in here. I'm going to do some sewing machining later on, which I'll talk about when I've showed you what I've stitched on before I launch into my WIPGO plans. Here they are. Because what I'm making on the machine, it ties into it all. Yes, very cold in here, but this is where the light is. This is literally the light. I also think my last video was pretty poor because the light was not brilliant and I was rushing and I had people running up and down the stairs, and you know, life happens. But I'm going to try and do my videos in here. Obviously Vlogmas will be different. You'll get me at 4 o'clock in the morning. You'll get me up in that room in the evening before I post my video. Vlogmas is completely different. It just is what it is. There will be very few days where I'll be doing my video at this time of the day. Well, twice a week probably, unless I'm on lates. So I might be on all lates in December, who knows? In which case, actually lates are starting to suit me much better. I don't like the job as much on lates, but for time-wise, lates are better for me. Now that I'm sorted out seeing my boy lovely and regularly, the lates are not the panicky I can't see my child, because if you're new to me, you might know my circumstances changed quite dramatically, and my little boy chose to stay and live with his dad, so I have him 2 days a week, and that has to fit around my work because I work either an early shift, which is 5 till 2, or a late shift, which is 2 till 10. And obviously with my boy in school, that makes seeing him quite difficult. I have only moved 30 miles, but it kind of is a bit, but we're in a much better place with seeing him now, and he comes here happily and willingly, whereas at first he was very nervous because he'd been told some things that weren't true, but now he's happy to come here, and we're all good. We're all good at the moment. I'm guzzling down my coffee mostly because it's really hot and I need to warm up a little bit. So sorry about that too. Anyway, treasure hunt bookshelf. I am currently at, as I say, I think I'm about the 0.8 of October stitching. So last time I filmed, it looked like this, and I'd just moved the Q-snap and I'd found like a brown outline. I'm still stitching browns and olivey greens and mustardy colours, but now it looks like this. So we're fine. Something is about to emerge. I've clearly got something here. There's literally 2 colours. This is where I'm concentrating. But if the colours in this here, I'm filling my Q-snap with it. Hence why we've got a lot of other bits of stitching. So I'm waiting to see what's going to pop out. I have not looked at the picture. This is the very bottom shelf. That is the bottom of the piece. And old Cinders is tucked around the corner now. So this is where I'm stitching just at the moment, and I'm going to keep on stitching here for a little while. And I think maybe in January, when I start my stitching in January, I am going to take off my Q-snap and just go somewhere completely different, because there is an awful lot of this piece. This is super size and max colour, and there's a lot of it. And it's 30%. It's not a third done yet. We're heading for 31 at the moment, I think. So there's an awful lot, and I've got a lot of places I can pick up easily. Obviously it's in Pattern Keeper. I can pick up easily anywhere. I mean, look, that bit there is Q-snap size. I use an 1111. So I could put it there and stitch on that. I could colour in the dragon. You know, I could do, I think January, I think I'm going to plodge on at the bottom until the end of the year, and then I'll move my Q-snap somewhere completely different and just stitch somewhere new, because it doesn't matter where I stitch on it as long as I stitch on it. This is obviously not WIPGO. This is my one forever project, and I will stitch on it pretty much every day, and I'm going to try and stitch on it every day next year, even if it's 50 stitches, even if it's one thread, which actually one thread of my DMC at my length turns into about 78 to 84 stitches, depending on how far I'm carrying my thread. I am a thread carrier. I've seen quite a lot of backs lately. Jessie Marie showed the back of her finished her Haid, and it was unbelievably beautiful. Yeah, mine do not look like that. Mine look like this. I carry wherever the mood takes me, wherever the stitches take me. Yeah. This bit is completely finished. This top corner, I think the first couple of pages of the pattern are completely done, and you can see what I'm left with. But you know what? That way round is fine. I'm a cross-country stitcher, unrepentantly a cross-country stitcher. I park if I get to the corner of my Q-snap and I've got stitches into the clamps. I'll leave the thread. So when I finally get to that, I'll just finish it off. But I don't park. I will park within the realms of my snap though. Okay. What I didn't show you last time I filmed was the progress I had made on, I feel I don't have all my projects. I do not. Oh, here she is, look. In better light, there is the winter girl that I finished. Oh, that looks so much better. It's amazing what a little bit of light does. So she's done. Done, winter girl. I showed that last time, but honestly, the lighting was dreadful. I'm just going to pull my box towards me, hang on. I'll tell you what, my end of year whip parade's going to be a piece of nonsense, because I have everything here. And basically everything but a couple of my projects I'm going to be using anyway next year, so you'll see them over and over again. Where has that gone? It's in here twice. It's got 2 projects on it. What did I do with it? It belongs with that. I was going to show you, oh, it's here, I had it all along. Renato Parolin's trees. So I did put in some extra stitches into the winter tree. I wanted to finish the colour I was stitching with. And that's there. So that's quite a bit more. I think it was about here, because I only stitched on it for like one day and I said I might do some more. So I stitched to the bottom of the tree. Realistically, what I wanted to check was that the border, I will bring the border down and come across, didn't interfere with the world of books, because I have got 2 pieces working on this amazing huge great piece of vellum that I was very kindly given. It's half a yard. I thought it was a full yard. It's half a yard because it's still got its sticker on it. Because World of Books is down here and Renato Parolin is up here, and both of them are long thin pieces. So I think World of Books is going to come across one corner and the Renato Parolin trees is going to come across, and there'll be an overlap where I've got a cut between them. In 10 years when they're finished, you know, we're not talking tomorrow, we'll do it when we do it. So I wanted to show you that, just to box off the fact that I had put some more stitches into my Renato Parolin tree. You'll see him again in a minute anyway. Okay, the only other thing I think I've stitched on with purpose is my Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I am trying valiantly, and I will today, I think, finish the block that I started for this year. And I picked the top right hand block because I figured it had the least number of stitches in. A lot of these blocks are very, very full coverage, which might not work in my favour next year. The fact that I filled in one of the ones that is slightly less full coverage this year. So we're here, and I think I'm very nearly there. So what's left on this here is this house needs to be filled in. So I've only got a tiny bit left to fill in this house. And then I've got a lightning bolt that only goes to here. So he's nearly done. And then I've got the bat size and a little bit of back stitch in their wings, which I will do. So this is getting done today. I was just a little bit too tired last night. And so next time I record, I'll show you this in conjunction with the rest of the piece, because there will be 4 blocks completed. And I used the same colour here. This is crushed pineapple that I used in the moon. So anytime there's a moon or something like this, to tie it together a little bit, I will use the same colours just to try and get some consistency. So this is a finish off today piece. And then it's going to go into my WIPGO pile. Right, WIPGO. Oh, one thing before WIPGO. I really wanted to jump on the Haid Stitch Along for 2025. The only problem I had with it wasn't the huge number of stitches, was that there wasn't a chart that jumped at me. And one, maybe 2 of them I like. Do I want all 12 patterns? No, because I'll never stitch them. Do I want the 2 extra charts? That looks like we'll get 2 extra. You get 2 extra charts. The Amy Stewart's an Amy Stewart, and we think, wow, yeah, an Amy Stewart, but it doesn't sing to me like some of the Amy Stewarts I'm doing already do. So I'd kind of decided not to do it. Well, I have decided not to do it and jump on. And then on Instagram the other night, doom scrolling, I found the Cross Stitch Studios 2025 Stitch Along. And yeah, all the pieces sing to me there. But this is simply, it's 300 by 300, so it's ever so slightly larger than the Haid piece. The idea is to stitch it in the year, and you get 12 releases. And I won't get it stitched in a year, because you have to stitch 250 stitches every day to stitch it in the year, which I wouldn't manage, full stop. But I really like some of the pictures. Now I'm going to put the pictures up here. I only have one Cross Stitch Studio chart that I'm stitching on, which is the better to see you with. So there's a dragony one, there's a sunshine one, there's this one with loads of little animals all over it. This is the one I nearly thought, yeah, I'm sold. And then there's this one with the moon. Now this is my choice, this one here. And I think I'm going to jump on. You can't order it yet, it opens in December, I think. And basically it's a 300 by 300. The other day when I weirdly found, oh, that I haven't actually just picked it up, I thought I'd just picked it up, when I found this piece of Ada, which I think is 18 count, which I'm going to stitch the Randall Spangler on, I found a piece of 20 count Easy Grid, which I said, ooh, it'll fit a mini. It's 20 count and it will fit a 300 by 300 on it. So I think I'm going to get on that. There is a full-size pattern of this piece, but it's the Cross Stitch Studio. It's 600 and something by 700 and something, which is too big. It's too big. Yes, the detail would be much sharper, but I don't love it enough to have another huge project of it. So I think I'm going to buy the sal, and what I'll do, each time they release a bit of the pattern, I will start stitching on that piece of the pattern and see how far I get before the next bit's released. So it'll be sort of, do you see what I mean? Each piece, each month, I'll stitch this much on that month's release, and then the next month I might stitch a bit more, and then the next month might be hardly anything. But each time a new piece is released, I'll start a bit more. Not expecting to finish it in the year. Obviously, I'll buy the pattern, it'll be my pattern, I can finish it at my leisure. I don't think there's a reward, I don't think there's a, if you stitch this much you get this. I really, really like it, but not enough to stitch a huge piece. I showed them to Richard, he really likes it, because some of my pieces I'm stitching, he's like, what are you going to do with that? And I'm like, oh, it's fine, I'll never finish it. And he's like, what are you stitching it for? Unbelievably tolerant of me and my stitching. But it's me, it's part of me, it's who I am. So yeah, I have 2 new starts, and honestly, seriously, when you see the ridiculousness of my WIPGO goals, you'll be like, what are you thinking? What am I thinking? Who knows? So that's a definite, and this I'll buy when it's released. Cross Stitch Studio, different kind of style, but I think I'll play my own game with it and see just how much of it I can do before the next. And by doing this, I'm starting at the bottom of the release and kind of going along the bottom. So rather than going along the top corner and dropping down, I'm going to go along the bottom corner and kind of work up within the piece of pattern I'm given for that release, so that it's kind of a, and it'll be my kind of cross country, so sort of solid along the bottom, and then I basically, what Stitching Mommy's termed the typewriter method, is kind of how I stitch. I don't keep it to the block and then stitch that bit and then the next colour in the block. I'll just pick the next colour in that area, or the next colour that looks like there's loads in that bit. So I'm sort of a freehand typewriter method person. So I think that'd be fun, and I love the piece, but 300 by 300 is more than enough for me. It's a quarter of the size of the full size basically, so we'll do some detail, but I think I really love it. I really love it, and then nothing in the Haid appealed to me as much, and I just stumbled across that and found it and saw it and thought, yeah, I really love that. Right, 2025 WIPGO. I've never done WIPGO before. I've obviously watched so many people that take part in it, and I need to sort this shit out. I literally have a bag full of threads, patterns, loose things. I've got a box here with whips in. I have more bits that I've brought down from upstairs. I've got stuff here. I've got stuff there. It's everywhere. I've just found that piece of fabric that I was missing. I shall talk about these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play WIPGO. I'm going to play 2 boards essentially, and I've got targets for every piece. I've numbered them. So what I did was a very quick decision. I did film it, but I don't think I'll put it up. If you want to watch me making very, very quick decisions, because I've realised that if I verbalise it, I can do it much faster. Partly why I think Flosstubes suit me. And so I did. I filmed it when I was making my quick decisions, which was not what I was meant to be doing that day at all. So if you want to see that, just say, stick it up, and I'll just stick it up as an extra. I won't edit it, I will just post it. It's just sitting on my phone and I can just post it, but it's me making decisions and being a thought process. So each of my whips has got, here's 4 Seasons Girls. So here's 4 Seasons Girls, and here's, I will write this up a bit neater. So she's going to be number 2, so I'm going to have 2 number 2s. And my goal is to finish spring first. I'll finish spring, and then I will stitch either summer or autumn, and that's to a finish. And if it gets called between March and August, I will stitch the summer one, and if it gets called between September and February, I will stitch the autumn one. That's my goal. So essentially that's where we are. Now, the corresponding number 2, so we'll be going in the same box as the Four Seasons Girl, is Bountiful Bookshelf. I've got all my stats written on. This is like heaven for the WIP Parade. And almost all of my goals are 5,000 stitches in a month. Bountiful Bookshelf. But if I get 2 good days on Bountiful Bookshelf, that will be 3,000 stitches. So it depends wildly on who I am and how I'm feeling. But like the Bountiful Bookshelf is currently at 10.42. 1% is 3,646 stitches. So if I do 5,000 stitches, I think that's going to take me to 12%. I've kind of worked it out like that, and anything that was close to 5,000, I called it 5,000. Some of them, like meditation, my goal is going to be, where's meditation? Just here. This is meditation, which is actually, where is my arrow? I'm still at the point with this, because it's a mandala, I have to find my arrow to find out which way is up. That is up. It's currently at 5.07%. So if I set my goal at 7%, that is 6.4 thousand stitches. Ooh, that's a lot. So what I've done is I've put it in 2 boxes. So it's going in, it'll be number 10 and it'll be number 19. So 3,200 stitches twice, if you see what I mean. 2 boxes for that one. So anything that worked out, the full coverages, I literally worked out what a percentage was, where I'd like it to be and how much that would be. And if it was over 5, I've set 5 as a maximum for the month. I've put it in 2 boxes. So there's my thought process. I put 5k first, and then I crunched my numbers. Goals to get to 7% completed, and then I worked out that 3.2 thousand in these 2 boxes. And I'm doing boxes because in my storage unit, which I never emptied, I'm now just paying for it. Yeah, I need to go in and get some stuff and start doing that again. I have got an advent calendar that I bought for my children when they were babies, probably 3, 5 and 8, possibly that kind of age. And I put goodies in each little box. So I think it's a Christmas tree shape, so we will deal with a Christmas tree. But obviously there's 24 boxes. There might even be 25 boxes, but I'm going with 24. When 13 gets called, I'm just going to breathe. I'm just going to breathe and just carry on and just stitch on. So each box will get a piece of card. Ah, perfect. A piece of card. We're using my cutter that I love. This is perfect size. And it will have meditation written on it, 3.2k. And that's all that will be written on my card, because I'll know what I need to do. And then in the box, so in each box, there will be 2 pieces of card. There's a giveaway that never got claimed. So I'll give it away again at some point. That gorgeous little giveaway never got claimed. Anyway, that's what happens. And people randomly watch your video, comment because there's a giveaway, and then never watch the next video to find out if they won it or not. So that's that. So each advent box will have 2 bits of card with 2 goals. There'll be a full coverage and a non-full coverage and a slight overlap. So when I say meditation is box 19 and box 10, it's box 10 for the full coverage, and then it's box 19 for non-full coverage. So essentially, when box 19 gets called, I might have 2 full coverages in there, who knows. It'll work itself out. Anyway, that's giving me so. And that's so right. Each box will have 2 bits of card with 2 goals on it. And then in each box, there will be a giveaway. So I'm going to pull stuff I've already made. So it's going to be potluck. It's going to be something small enough to fit in the box. So it's going to be a needle minder, it's going to be a scissor fob, it's going to be a thread drop needle minder, it's going to be something like that. There will be some leftover Flossmas stuff in the boxes, just as a heads up, I have extras. I did go a little bit bananas making things. So each box will have a giveaway in it, and there's two things I'm going to do. So if I finish both of the prompts in that box, I will do the giveaway. So there'll be 24 giveaways, assuming I reach the goals. Assuming I reach the goals. And also the reward for me, because there's no rewards for me anywhere in all of this, every time I finish a goal, one piece of card, I will swap out the piece of card for £6. £6 in money, which I will put in the box. I will literally draw out money and put it in the box, or scrabble around for coins and put them in the box. So each box, if I finish 2 prompts, will have £12 in it. The giveaway will be given away, and it will have £12 in it. The idea being, at the end of the year, there is enough money in that advent box to purchase some Gecko Rouge kits, because I would like, and have almost bought several times, Gecko Rouge kits. Now, my kits that I want are Joe Grundy kits, because I adore them. If I could buy them in PDF and stitch them myself, I would. They're Gecko Rouges, so you have to buy the kits. So I'm going to show you that, and there's one that is somebody else, Rebecca, somebody, oh my goodness, I can't remember. I'm going to put them up and show you them, the 3 I have chosen. The Joe Grundys, I've got this one here. I'm just going to look them up myself so I know what I'm talking about, because otherwise I'm just going this one and I can't remember what it's called. 2 seconds. Right, so I've just looked them up now so I know where I am. So the 3 kits I'm going to buy for myself if I complete my WIPGO goals are Joe Grundy's Beyond the Blue, which I will buy in an 18 count version. Obviously the smaller count you buy, the cheaper the kit, because the less floss is supplied. I want an 18 count. I want to stitch these and enjoy them. I can manage 25 count, I cannot manage 28 count. I can manage 25 count, but I find it stressful. So 18 count, the choices are 14, 18, 25 or 28. There's no 20, my sweet spot, so I'll step down to 18 count. That's fine. So Beyond the Blue that I have very nearly checked out this kit about 4 times in the last few years. I also would like to stitch Winterfields, again in an 18 count. I love most of her artwork, I absolutely love, but it's choosing. It's choosing, and I love this one more than some of the others. Coffee's already cold, that's how cold it is in here. The window is starting to clear a little bit though. And then the other one is Sue Gardner. I'd got the Gardner bit, but I couldn't remember her first name. She's called Sue Gardner. And I chose this one here because it's gorgeous. She does a lot, she does the Highland combs, there's a llama, there's so many of them, they're so lovely. The colours pop, I love the hairs, I love hairs and things like that, really lovely. Garden of Delights, and this I've chosen in a 14 count because then that makes it 20 inches square, because I would absolutely love this on the wall where it can be seen. So full kits for the 3 with delivery, which is a lot considering I'm in the UK and they're in the UK. The delivery is £15, which is a lot. I can send a package tracked to New Zealand for that, for context. For the 3 with the postage is £287. Now, if I do 24 boxes at £6 twice, it's £288. Obviously, this time next year, I'll be looking in, I will know how I've done. And if I've enough for 1 kit, fantastic. If I've enough for 2 kits, unbelievable. If I've got enough for all 3 kits, unlikely, but amazing. We shall see. So that's my challenge to myself, is to save the money, and each box is what, £6. If I do all 4 prompts each month, that's £24 a month. I can manage that, I can scrabble together that's fine. £287 is a bit of a stretch for me, I'm not going to lie. But £6 a box, £6 a prompt, £12 a box. Yeah, I can do that. So that's my goal. That's what I'm playing for, is Gecko Roost kits. And that will be 2026. And that's what I'm playing for. And we cross our fingers and hope that these don't go off sale in the meanwhile. And if they do, I'll pick something else. But that's what I'm doing for me. And there will be a giveaway that for each 2 prompts completed in the box, I'll do the giveaway of whatever I've put in that box, and it will be a random dip. So it might be Halloween in February, it might be Christmas in July, it might not be. It depends on what numbers Jessie calls and when I get the prompts finished. If I don't finish my prompt, if I finish my prompt, it goes away in the box. Fantastic, amazing, I'm thrilled. Until I finish the prompt, it's going to stay in the location. So and then I might suddenly go, oh, I am pig sick of getting these stitches into this piece. I'm going to stitch on. Oh my goodness, I could easily finish that piece there and pull it and stitch on it. You see what I mean? And then of course I can finish my WIPGO goal, and that's that. So I'm going to really seriously do this, guys. It is 48 projects, which I didn't actually have too much trouble finding. There's less than 48 because I'm doubling up about 5 or 6 times. I'm doubling up, partly because the stitches were ridiculous that I wanted to do, and partly because, you know, some things I don't want to stitch on. I've got a little pile that will emerge in the whip parade that are at the bottom of the box and are staying at the bottom of the box because I'm not really feeling them. So what I've got to do in the meanwhile is cut out my pieces of card and write all my goals on. And we're talking things like the Bothy Threads, Sycamore Gap, one page of the pattern. I haven't even looked how many stitches that is. I haven't even looked, but 1 page. My Celtic Lady, 5,000 stitches. My goodness me, 5,000 stitches into my Celtic Lady. How close to a finish is she going to be? It's like, I'm genuinely excited about jumping on this and doing it. Again, 5,000 stitches into Aphrodite. Who's brand new? I've got a job to do. Here is Aphrodite. That is her. She's in there, all of it. I've got threads to sort out. I've got pattern to wrangle. I've got beads to do. And I've got a lot of things. This is possibly the worst. Aphrodite. So, what I've been doing this morning and for the last couple of days, I've made a few bags lately, and I've got it down to, I finally got my head around making them. Many thanks to the fact that I finally bought a little zipper foot for £2.45 on Amazon, which, oh, zippers go in now. I can get them in without fighting with them. Who knew? Now it's not hard. And the walking foot that I bought about 2 years ago in Cambridge with birthday money for £60, which is outstanding because the feed dogs are on top and the bottom, so you can do two layers of fabric with interfacing, vinyl, and it just stitches through it without making a nasty mess and ruching up the vinyl, which was what I was dealing with before. I've got it down. So I thought, you know what, I buy fabric. I've got so much fabric, fat quarters everywhere, literally a drawer, like a 6-drawer thing in the wardrobe, basically full of fat quarters and fabric there and there and there and there, and there's some on there, and there's, you know, there's zips everywhere, and it's just, it's everywhere. So I thought, I'm always making bags and trying to sell them and this, that and the other. I'm just going to make myself a load of bags. And I have made myself, and I found yesterday one of the first I made. This is when I was still folding, I was still cutting the backing and folding it over for binding. This is like torture. It's beautiful when you can do it and you can do it neatly, but oh my God, it's so hard to get it neat. I have a much better system now. It's called bias binding. I've now learnt how to make bias binding from a fat quarter in a continuous length, cut on the bias. And all I do is stitch the bias binding to the front of the bag, and then I remove it from the sewing machine and I hand stitch the back. And it's beautiful and the finish is lovely. And I don't know why I never did it like that, because it's wonderful. So I pulled this one because I found a bag that had some had some leftover bits and bobs in it. So this is an old bag of mine. I have very few bags of my own that I use, maybe 3 or 4, and these are old. Don't even know what size that is. I am making myself bags that are 12 by 10 with a view to fitting an A4 sheet of pattern or whatever in it. And every one of my non-full coverage pieces will be in a project bag that I have made for myself. So equally, I'm making things, hence me finding this little strip of fabric. These were Hobbycraft last year. That's actually the bit that goes above the zip. And from 2 fat quarters, as long as the fabric is not directional, this is directional, obviously I can't have them that way up. So there'll be seams, there'll be bits sandwiched together because they're for me. Yeah, that's fine. From 2 fat quarters, I can make 2 bags. So the backing and the zip bit, and then the inside, and then the reverse. So 2 fat quarters leaves me a square about that size. If it's directional, it's slightly different, but a lot of the fabrics I like are batiks. So a lot of my bags are going to be batiki. I'm cutting them out right now. I think I've cut out about 15 so far. I need quite a few. So I'm gonna, the next few little whiles, I'm gonna make myself some bags. It's about bloody time I make myself bags, because I mean, I'm a rubbish salesperson. I don't use any of my own stuff. The stuff I make, I'm so happy with. I try and sell it on to people who would equally enjoy them. But so I'm making myself bags. So I'm going to talk about them because I can, because it's for me and I'm not trying to flog you stuff. So there's that. So I'm making myself bags for all these projects. And things like this one, you're all kinds of amazing. Obviously, I'd really like to put the whole thing. I'd like to be able to put this in the project bag. And this is why I'm making them 10 inches, because that just fits in this one. Not too sure how big this bag is. Actually, here is a ruler. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is 13. This is 13 by 10, so it's slightly bigger than the ones I'm making. But mine are going to be 12 by 10. So yeah, 12 by 10 will just about fit it in. So You're All Kinds of Amazing is going to live in this one. Let's find it. It's here. And this one I have got slated to finish. Where is it? Hiding. That's Celtic Lady. So I'll tell you what, when we find it, we find it. I'm going to go through. So I found both pieces of my working copy of my pattern. And in this incredibly vintage Co-op paper bag, which is just about to give out, I've got the threads, because I did a slightly muted anchor thread palette for You're All Kinds of Amazing. They're all in this little bag. There. Oh, and the What the Cat Saw is not going in WIPGO because I want to finish that this year. Okay, So into the project bag with that. So what I'm going to do when I've made all my bags, this one I just happen to have, is actually put them together. So I'm going to show you now the projects. So quite a few of them I've got slated for finishing. This here, this kit, the threads, I can see the threads, they're over there. The pattern is currently AWOL. I have it. If I can find the pattern, I will stitch on it. If I can't find the pattern, I'm not going to sweat it. I'm just going to sub something else in. But this has got the squiggliest of starts. Like literally this bit of the castle. But I could finish this. So why don't I try and finish it? So he's slated for a finish. Then Halloween at Hawkrun Hollow will be next year's block. That's my goal, 1 block. Renato Parolin, Seasons Trees, 5,000 stitches. World of Books, 5,000 stitches, I think. I don't think it's much less than that. Most of my full coverages I've put 5,000 on, unless it was, there's a few exceptions. Which, Halloween Hawkrun Hollow, 1 block. I've finished 2024 block and 2025 block. I'm actually going to get my 2024 block finished before the year, so that will get scrolled out, and then on my little card will be 2025 block. Celtic Lady, Seasons Trees, yes, Renato Parolin, Seasons Trees, 5k stitches. World of Books, and that's going to be quite a chunk actually. I think 5,000 into a non-full coverage like that really will make a huge difference. The Shores of Hawkrun Hollow, 5,000 stitches. He is knocking around already in. That's Dilemma. Shores of Hawkrun Hollow actually lives in a project bag. It always has. That's Celtic Lady. Obviously it's not here. Here it is. So Shores of Hawkrun Hollow lives in this bag here, which is Polar Bears and Pants, because obviously. I've got a pair of scissors in there. Marvellous. So anyway, that one there will be its block. I still haven't finished the 2024 block and the 2025 block. So you can see immediately my goals are huge. This is my first year of doing this. So there's huge goals. Stitching Goddess. Here. I haven't stitched on her in forever. I think the last time I stitched on her, I stitched 1 bunny. Here. That was it. She is down for a finish. Because realistically, I've just got to do all the bits and blobs around the edges. Her dress is filled in. I've done the hard bit. I just need to finish her. So she's down for a finish. She needs a bag. Does she need a bag? She's Master DMC set. She might not get a bag. It's things that I've got tons of gear for. That is my Celtic Lady, who's currently not in her bag, but she needs to be. She's got half a stitch in her there. So my Celtic Lady, 5,000 stitches for her. That's a big goal. But I've got a month. Yeah. Are you adding up the stitches with me here? So if I've got 5,000 stitches times 4, that's 20. Plus Treasure Hunt Bookshelf, 7,222 to be exact per month. That's 27,000. Plus anything else I fancy stitching on. Plus the Sal. Shit. I'm looking at 30, because I counted my stitches in October and I did 30,000 stitches in October. My brain has said, you can stitch 30,000 stitches every month. Do it now. How many stitches is that? That is a full-size Haid. If I only stitched on one thing all year at 30,000 stitches a month, that is a full-size Haid. That's 360,000 stitches. That's a full-size Haid. 372 sometimes the full-size Haids, aren't they? Wow. But when I pull out my projects that get called on WIPGO, I'll be pulling out project bags. instead of scraffling. This is me trying to sort my brain into order. This is what I'm doing. I'm just calling myself to order. So here's 3 of my old bags. That was just penguins. These are early bags I made, like super early. They're not brilliant. They work. They're mine. Fantastic. I'm actually excited. I'm gonna have project bags. Renato Peregrine Trees and the World of Books are sharing. So they might be the one that goes in this bag, my big bag, because there's going to be 2 projects, both with threads. Stitching Goddess, Aphrodite, we've done her. Okay, that's an anomaly. Peaceful Street. This little kit. Finish it. Who knows how many stitches are in this, and I am counting stitches. Even stitches that are on paper patterns, I'm counting stitches next year. So we'll see if I can finish it, and we'll see how many stitches there are. That's not getting a project bag because it's already loaded, as it were. All kinds of amazing. Finish. Oh my god, I went a bit bananas. The Renato Peregrine cushion, that blooming oval thing that I've been stitching forever. I'm over it. Where is it? Is it in this box or is it over there? Who knows? It should be here. This is mostly full coverages there. This here. I need to finish this. Yeah, I'm only halfway done. I'm only halfway done, but it needs finishing. Half done? Oh, let's get it finished. Let's just get it finished. If I set 2 and I'm really into what I'm stitching on, I really can make stonking progress. This is what I'm hoping. Oh, the bugs are an anomaly. Anomaly. Big problems with the bugs. Modern Folk Embroidery Sal. I would dearly love to get this to 50%, which means 2 months work. It's currently at 33.97. To get it to 50%, my goal would be 7,600 stitches. It's only going in 1 box. This might be one of the ones I can't get to. I might, but I doubt it. Again, needs to be in a little bag. That is one of the ones that's got a stupid goal. Pandemic, I've given myself, I'd like to get it to 25%. It's at 16.58 Pandemic at the moment. If I take it to 20%, that's 2,644 stitches. If I take it to 25%, that's 6,500 stitches. I'm going to leave this one open for myself and write both goals on and see how I feel. 20% would be lovely, 25% would be much better. See how I feel. I'm going to put both goals on Pandemic and see how it goes. Right, the Castle Globe kit I've put finish. Jack Be Nimble, Long Dog Sampler. Here it is. My funny little stripy long, tall, will be long and tall. Here's the fabric for it, all of it. I've put, it's at 15.69. So if I double what I've done and take it to 30%, that is 5,250 stitches in monochrome, 1 colour, mono something, yeah, 1 colour. Yeah, I'm going to try. Hubble Bubble. How I love Hubble Bubble. Where is Hubble Bubble? Sadly neglected for a long time. Hubble Bubble, look at it, there's nothing on it. It's currently at 11.5%. If I took that to 25% next year, 4,300 stitches. Under 5,000 goal, woohoo! Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. City of Love, Emma Congdon. Currently at 21.19%. And I've just said 5,000. That would be brilliant. 1% is 324. So 5,000 is going to be 10–12% more onto it. There wasn't anything that I could get to like a reasonable whole number. If I couldn't find anywhere to get to a reasonable whole number, I've just said 5. The key is currently at 50%, 50.02. If I got it to 54%, that would be 7,000 stitches. So I've put it over 2 months, given myself 3,500 stitches twice. That I can do easily, not in a day, but nearly. So that's going in 2 boxes. That's going to be number 5 and number 9, the key, which I think's sensible. Right, World of Books, here we go. I'm putting World of Boxes in 2 books. World of Books, or Kingdom of Books, I think it's actually called. And lo and behold, when I pulled out my box of unloved WIPs, right at the bottom of it was this. This is the pattern. Observe the pattern. This is the pattern supplied. If anyone can stitch from this pattern, you're a better man than me, because I couldn't, hence the Pattern Keeper version. What I sorely needed, and I'm thrilled I now have, is this. It's the key, because these, the supplied threads, do not match DMC colours at all. If I pull the DMC and try and match it against one of these, it's loopy. But these are the kit threads, and why would I not use these up when I have them? Why would I use all my DMC, and there's going to be a lot of those, when I have kit colours, just because I can't match them up with whatever Pattern Keeper wants versus, oh, what the hell I've got here. But now I've got the pattern, I need to truck through and find the symbol on the pattern, find the symbol on Pattern Keeper, and go, okay, that symbol in Pattern Keeper that says it should be 434 is number 12, which is actually not that colour at all, but that's the colour I'm going to stitch that in. So each time I pick a colour on Kingdom of Books, I'm going to have to refer to my key, which I'm going to just bloody well write on these, instead of being the palest pale numbers in pencil. There's pale, pale, pale numbers in pencil. I've already tried to match that one to 976 DMC. That's nothing like that colour, but I'm going to write on them. So that's a job I need to do before the turn of the year. So he's that one, and his threads will go in a big bag together. But to get it to 10%, I'm looking at 6,400 stitches. So I'm putting that in box 6 and box 3, 3,200. So they're not all 5,000 goals. Amazing Animal Kingdom, yeah, 5,000 stitches. The Nutcracker, oh, that gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous little... No, that's my Bothy Threads kit. Where's my Nutcracker gone? Where has my Nutcracker gone? Red. It's on the red fabric. There it is. It's on DMC fabric. Here, this little monkey is currently at 28.73%. I think I'm going to shoot for 50. 50% is 3,500 stitches. See, I'm already now, I'm thinking I could do it. The Sea Beacon, which is a peekaboo, just the cutout of a huge, 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 huge head, is at 2606. I'm going to try and get it to 35%, which is 4,000 stitches. Optimistically under 5 there for me. Bothy Thread Sycamore Gap, 1 page. So it's that many stitches. 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, about 3,500 stitches. Brilliant. Full kit will be in its own bag. Moondragon. Huh. I can tell you right now I'm going to fail on Moondragon because I find this very hard. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful, but I'm terribly bad at stitching on this piece. I want to do 5,000 stitches on it. That might not happen. I might not be able to get all my Bothy Threads kits. I'm at 13.2% because I've taking off all the black that I'm not stitching because I dyed the fabric to as dark as I could get it. It's mottled. It's not quite black. It's various shades of very dark navy blue, which is fine. It will do. It will certainly do. And the really bad mottly bits, observe, the really bad mottly bits where I didn't quite unfold the fabric are either completely missed or right where the moon is. You'll get a proper look at it in the whip parade, obviously. You're going to get a couple of these videos from me where I show the same things over and over again. Don't watch them. I will pre-warn you that it's the same crap again and you don't have to watch them. 5,000 on Moondragon. I'm already expecting myself to be unable to do that. Dragon's Eye, which I did stitch on in October. Here she is at 5.04%. I'm going to try and get it to 15%, which is just under 5,000 stitches. So there's my goal. Ariel, I love her, 5,000, still not finished her hair. Merida, 5,000. Spirited Away, can't currently find it, it's somewhere in this room, 5,000. I don't think I can feel my feet. The Better to See You With, oh, I thought it was going to be that one, but it's not, it's this one. It's at 1.38, which is pathetic. I'm going to try and get it to 3%. 3 whole percentage points. This is a forever project, which is 4,500 stitches twice. 9,000 stitches takes it to 3%. So that's going in box 12 and box 20. So I've got twice I have to try and get 4,500 stitches into it. And then I've got some the Scene with Animals, the one that I washed. This one, I can't remember its name. There. I'm going to try and put 5,500 stitches into this. It's at 22.34. I'd like to get it to 40%. I want to stitch on this today. If I stitch on it, I'm going to take off the stitches, so my goal will be a bit lower. I really, really want to stitch on that. So, Celtic Lady we've covered. Right, then I've got, oh, my little autumn fox that I just started here. I'm going to try and finish him. I don't think there's 5,000 stitches in him. In fact, I know there's not because I've looked at it. So I've just put finish on him. All right, which leaves me, oh, Night Walk Down, still here. She should be in her bag, but she's not because she's naughty. Night Walk Down here. Oh, Night Walk Down's in a tiny bag. I'm going to put it in a bigger bag. Night Walk Down, 5,000 stitches, and I've written, is that a finish? We'll see. A little bit of magic. Most marvellous Emma Congdon, but now I'm on Pattern Keeper, I'm flying with. Absolutely flying with. I've put on that, I'd like to get it to, it's at 40%. And I thought, oh, I'll finish it. Yeah, no, I won't. not in one go, I won't. So my goal is 70%, which is 11,000 stitches. So 5.5 twice, 2 boxes, 11 and 23. Which leaves me with, oh, Dilemma, paper pattern. I've written finish the frame. So my loose goal was possibly the frame, and then I've gone, yes, finish its frame. No idea how many stitches, literally the question mark. Don't know how many stitches that's going to be to finish the frame. I'll have a go. This one's in a bag. Yay! So I already have like 4 or 5 bags. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big bag 5, which is going to have those 2 projects in it, which leaves me another anomaly. Right, so I have got 1, 2, 3. So I've got 6 anomalies here. The Bothy Threads kits I want to finish. I have got 4 full numbers to finish. Why don't I just get it out and show you? I've got 4 full numbers to finish. This was meant to be given to my mum last Christmas. It's not going to be this Christmas. So that's what I've done. I did 1 a month for 7 months, and then I came to a slidey stop. So the 7 literally needs the golden on the bottom, and then I couldn't find piece 8 of the pattern, so 8 got lost. I've got, they're in there, they're there. I even have the back stitch thing. So I did 10 instead, and 10 didn't get finished either. So I need to finish 7 and finish 10, and that leaves me 4 and back stitch. So I was thinking I could do 1 a month. Maybe I could do half of 1 a month. Yeah, that's that many stitches, 1500 stitches. These are not going in WIPGO, but they are staying out because I want to get it done. I even wrote anomaly on it. So Bothy Threads isn't going on WIPGO, but I do need to do it next year. So that will be put in a smaller bag, and it's an anomaly. So that's going in my monthly stitching. And unless so my Randall Spangler that I'm starting doesn't currently have a box, I might make this 13. And so I stitch on it at least once. Ooh, the ice is melting on the roof. It's starting to make snowflakes. You know, like weird ice melt snowflakey things. Ooh, strange. Which means it's finally warmed up in here a bit. So I might make this 13 because there's nothing down for the free space. Oh, back in a sec, guys, hang on. Right. So Bothy Threads are going to be monthly. Oh, God, I'm setting myself up here. I'm really setting myself up. I am optimistically hopeful that I can do some of this. Okay, what have I got left to show you? I've covered them, covered all of those. Oh, my anomalies, right, let's find them. Put all of those in the box because they're all gone through. Poor old Aphrodite needs sorting out. She needs to stay out. Okay, this one. This one. Well, look, I'm not gonna manage anymore on Ariel. I'm gonna wait until the turn of the year, until she gets called. Right, Ariel, jump in the box as a good girl. And Stitching Goddess can go in the box. That can go in the box unless I don't find the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got them. No, that's her. She's in there. Okay. There it is. So you're all kinds of amazing. Not too bad. Not too far to go. Just the huge word at the bottom and 2 enormous lions. Right, so if I put that in the bag, that is all together. And that's what I'm aiming for, is the whole thing together. Which to everybody else is like, well, of course. For me, it's like, you mean I'm going to be able to find everything? Which is bananas to me. Oh, I forgot to cut bags out of these. Oh, fabric. I forgot to cut bags out of those. I have to show you this bag, this fabric. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I bought this for me because I love it so much. I will also make some to sell, but predominantly I bought this for me because I love it. It's cats in pumpkins. I love it. Anyway, that's completely by the by. I'm currently missing Gone to Pieces, but it's here. I had it in my hands the other day, so it's probably just hidden itself in amongst something else in the box, but I'm not going to ferret through the box again. Oh my God, my coffee is ice cold. Wow. So my 4 anomalies and my 4 long dog samplers that are in with the Long Dog Leap Day, finish 4 in 4. So obviously this year has passed. I now have 3 years left to finish these. 25, 26, 27, yeah, I've got 3 years left to finish these in February. So I need to stitch 1/3 of what's left. Yeah. The easiest one is Happily Ever After, because 1/3 of what's left is literally 5,000 stitches, which seems astonishing. But I've done 1,500 stitches of a 15,500 piece picture. So if I do 5,000, that will take me over my line. That's showing a little bit darker than it is. There we go, that's a little bit truer. So Happily Ever After, then Gone to Pieces, 1/3 of what's left is 8,250 stitches. Go Jules, make your pieces millions of stitches big. So 2 boxes for Gone to Pieces, 4,125 stitches in each. Now these are specific numbers because I'm on a different schedule for these 4 different schedule. I'm saying 3 because I've only got 3 in my lap. The new normal is currently at 21.98. Why did I not get to 22%? And to go is 29,000 stitches. So my goal is 10,000 stitches on this next year to keep it on track. Because 30,000 stitches to go in 3 years is 10,000 a year. Yay! It's going in 2 boxes as well, 9 and 22. And then the pointed fifth is at 56.4%. Lovely, yeah, motoring along. It's so huge that there's an awful lot of stitches in it. 67,500 stitches in Gone to Pieces. So 1/3 of what's left is 9,800 stitches. So it's going in 2 boxes as well. 4,900 stitches. 4,900 stitches twice. I can do that. I'm looking at this going, that is so doable. A whole month to do 4,900 stitches into that. Yeah, can I do them all in 1 month? Can I do 10,000? Yeah, that one, the long dogs I'm not concerned with. Some of the others that are a lot of colour changes, switchy, swatchy, switchy, swatchy all the time, stitching Goddess, finishing her, I'm thinking, oh God, do I have to? And the answer is, well, yes, get it bloody finished. I love it. But it doesn't need to be a whip. I could finish it. And then my last anomaly is these. Because I want them finished. And to finish all 6 of them is 13,000 stitches. That's all 6 finished. They're all at around about 50%. I've got 2 on here. I've got 2 on the other side of it, showing very pearly. 18 count Blackada will be finished in hoops. I have got a spider. He's at 53.7. I've got a wasp. Wasp is at 56%. Each one needs, the least is the spider that has 1,300 stitches to go. The most is the butterfly with 3,000 to go. Yeah, so I put it in 2 boxes to finish 3 in each box, which is still 6,000 stitches a month. We'll see. That's with a stitch along, Bossy Threads, 12 Days of Christmas, a treasure hunt bookshelf. Yeah, I'm giving myself a monstrosity amount of stitches to stitch next year, but I'm going to go for it. I'm aware I'm not pulling out of thin air. I know these goals are ridiculous, but I'm going to try. And if I try, and if I succeed, I'll have 3 gecko roost kits that I will have saved money that I've not even missed. £6 here, £12 there, I'm not going to miss. £300 in one shot, I cannot afford, but £6? I can afford that. I've probably got more than £6 in the car. I've probably got more than £6 in change in my purse. You know, I can always find a bit of change. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm literally going to put like real money in the box, in the advent calendar box, which will have a giveaway in and 2 pieces of card. And I bought this. It's not a stitchy journal. I have bought myself a legend planner in outstanding turquoise with gold embossing, because yeah, this was £20. This is going to see me through next year. If you see a Flosstube where I am not flashing this, flag me up. Say, where is your planner? Why aren't you using your planner? You didn't look in your planner to tell us what stitches you did. This needs to be with me all the time. I've got to sort my life out. I didn't get a stitchy planner because I need to do 2 things next year. I need to keep track of my stitching. I want to keep track of my stitching. I need to keep track of my money, especially my credit cards, which I am paying down. I am going to try unbelievably hard not to use my credit cards anymore. I pretty much can't because I'm pretty much maxed out. But that's life. That was life. That got me through COVID. That got me and me and 5 other people through COVID. Furlough was 80% and I was on minimum wage then. If you want to go and watch me back in 2020 going through the whole panic of being made redundant and finding a new job and working 7 days a week and stitching like a demon and doing Flossmas and all of that, those videos are there. They exist right back in 2020. I had a really hard time. Stitching kept me going. Stitching kept me sane. It really did. And I'll be forever grateful to my stitching, to the Flosstube community, to you people who watch my videos and support me, and quite a lot of you I know have supported me from day one, and I'm so grateful that you've kept me sane, because my brain is unusual in the sense that it can get itself out of control. But now I need to pay for what I've done and I need to just pay it off. It's going to be a long term, until such point as I can sell my house, which I can't for the foreseeable future, because Robin and Austin live in the house and I'm good with that. I've made my peace with it. The house is there. It'll still be there. It's just no good to me at the moment. The money tied up in that house is there. So I need to take care of this myself. Richard is good enough to let me live in this house rent-free as such, because of the debt I'm carrying. I have no financial interest in this house. It is Richard's. He pays the mortgage, I pay off my debts, and whatever's left, we're 50-50. We're 50-50 with all the household bills and the food and things like that. We're 50-50 on. So both of us are paying a little bit less for the day-to-day stuff, because I was paying 100% of my old house and he was paying 100% of this house. So now there's more people, so the electricity bill's higher. The gas bill will be higher over the winter, because it just will be. The electricity's the kicker, and the water's gone up because he's water metered, and it was just him. 4 days a week it was him, and he's got 3 kids who are waterphobic, basically. You can't make them wash. So the water bill was really, really low. I've got 2 daughters living here permanently with me at the moment who wash all the freaking time. So yeah, so we, you know, it's working, but quite a lot of my wage, half my wage, is going back to debt repayment at the moment. So I have to keep a track of it. I need to know it's going down, and it is going down. It goes down every month, but I need to know it's going down. So I'm going to keep track of that. So this is what this is for. But basically, it's marvellous. Right at the beginning, oh, it made me laugh because it's all the stuff I don't do. There's tactics in it. There's my daily rituals. Yeah, stitch. There are no other rituals. Or wash myself, go to work, eat food and stitch. That's basically it. My 1 year goals. My 1 year goals are my WIPGO goals. So I'm just going to change this up to fit me, obviously. Life area. My dreams. Woohoo! There's 50 of my dreams. Yeah, my whips. There's going to be 50 whips listed here. This is my whip list. It's not 50 dreams, it's 50 whips. My most important life goals. Yeah, might not need that. Blank pages, very useful. And there's lots and lots of these checkerboard things. It came with stickers. I've got stickers. I don't do this sort of stuff very often. But there's lots of things. Well, that one says hustle. Oh, God. But there's... some of them are useful. Look, here's my daily tracker. Oh my God, this is so far from me as you could ever be. Look at this. There is dumbbells. There's go for a run. There's do the washing. There's clean the house. Appointment meets, crucial. Crucial, lots of crucials. I'm afraid I do have lots of crucials. Cars and houses. Drink wine and drink coffee. Yeah, I'll do both of those. Those stickers I'm good with. I don't have enough of those stickers. Self-care, urgent, on track, done. Birthday, priority. They're making me giggle. But I'm going to use this. I'm going to make it work for me. I'm going to have, and there's monthly pages that I just had and then dropped here. So the monthly page, and it's literally month and year, and then you write in your own. So it's not year specific, but I'm going to write in my stitching on these. And then the daily tracker, there's a daily tracker. Further on, there's actually more like a diary situation. So you can actually write, and in this I'll write what hours I've worked, like things I actually need to remember. And then there's a habit tracker. This is, have I stitched on the treasure hunt bookshelf today? That is my habit tracker. Wonderful. And then there's 5 on the habit tracker. So there's treasure hunt bookshelf, and there's 4 WIPGO goals for the month. So I'll write treasure hunt bookshelf, and then each of my 4 projects, and then if I've stitched on it on that day, I can do my little checker, and that'll give me a really quick, easy indication of if I've stitched on it that day. And then with these, I'll write so Sunday, this day here, I'll write treasure hunt bookshelf, THB, 312, say. And then, so my stitch counts will be here, and then I'll add them up. My tummy just rumbled. And then I'll probably just go here, and then I'll give my totals for each week. Most important monthly goals. There's my 4 WIPGO pieces, and I'll write which WIPGO's called, what the goal is. So I'm making it a stitchy planner. Things I will do to make this month great. Health and fitness, family and friends, personal development, fun, recreation and hobbies. That's a very small box. Romance and relationships and spiritual. Yeah, I don't need any of that, but there's 6 little boxes there I can use for something. Anyway, this is my planner for next year. I'm going to simply go in it with a black fine liner. I'm going to try not to be too... I'll have this colour for this day and that colour for that, because I will lose my pen, full stop. There will be a pen in here, but I will lose it. So if I've got a packet of new black fine liners, I can just grab another one. If I say, because with my brain, if I say treasure hunt bookshelf will be coloured in purple, this project will be coloured in pink. The second I lose a pen, I'm done. It'll be, I can't. That will be me. That's my brain. So the second I lose a pen and I can't write on that day that in that correct colour, I'm done. It's done, over. May as well have never bought it. So I'm going to go in with one colour, because I know myself. I'm almost 50. I know my brain. This video's stupidly long, guys. I've been talking for about an hour and a half and shown you like 3,000 stitches, and I need to stitch millions. Right, I'm going to go, and cut out some more project bags. I need to get my box of zips, my big zips. Those zips were too small, they're 8-inch zips. I need 12-inch zips, which they're all like 14s and 16s, which makes putting in zips much easier because you just cut off the extra bit when you trim it. It's wonderful. But you move the zipper. If you don't move the zipper before you stitch it and chop it, you've got to faff it. I learned that too. I might stitch some zips in. I might start sorting out Aphrodite. I might start doing the colours for World of Books. These I haven't shown you yet. I bought 12 of these. I need 14, but I bought 12 because it came in a pack of 12. These are project bags, yay, these ones. Bought a pack of 12. These are for Flossmas, for my Mill Hill kits. Each one is going to be in a bag with its own threads, its own pattern. I am going to grid the fabric just for my start points because I am going to start them at random, because starting them all in order is just it's not fun. So I'm going to grid it up enough so that I know exactly where I'm starting each piece, and I'm going to pull the bags at random and start whichever one comes out of the you know, when they're all in there. I suppose they do only need 12 because 2 of them are already started. But I've got a little bag there. I've got this little bag. This one is Night Walk Down, which is going to be into a big bag. So I've got, there we go. I've now got 13, and I'll find something for number 14. I got a little pouch somewhere. I'll find something for number 14. It's fine. So I'll have, so by the time Flossmas rolls round, they're all going to be ready. I've got a lot of sorting out to do, a lot of bags to make. I'm going to go and insert the very few pictures actually right at the beginning of this video, mostly of my wish list from Gecko Rouge, my I'm going to earn myself the money by stitching on everything I already have, and a few progress pics, but very few because I haven't done very much stitching. And then I'm going to get this spliced together. It's going to be about an hour and a half, I think, because it's 54 minutes and I stopped it, so quite a long one, but hopefully okay. Hopefully you've had something good to stitch on. Drop me a line in the messages as to whether you think I'm absolutely being batshit crazy or completely unrealistic, or from how you see me stitch you think I can do it. I'm going to go for it either way. Let me know if you think I'm nuts. And if you did order a Flossmas box from me, hopefully they're arriving. Hopefully they are arriving. You are looking for a box this colour coming through your door. This one obviously is not folded up. I have some spares. These will be used by and by, but they are all in boxes that colour. So hopefully one will fall on in your post box very shortly. They are all in process, and one has made it to New Zealand, so they're getting there. Right guys, I will see you very soon with some stitching. I think I've got these guys, Treasure Hunt bookshelf. I'm going to finish that today. I'm pointing to something you can't even see. I'm going to finish this very shortly, and I'm going to put some stitches into this because 5,500 is a bit much. I'm going to see if I can take a chunk out of that. Plus it's what I want to stitch on, and I'm going to sort out my bothy threads. So next week's stitching is sorted. I've got these bits and bothy threads. Next week I'll see you before Flossmas. It's the 18th today, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25. I'll maybe see you once before Flossmas, and hopefully we're all ready. I'm actually excited. I'm excited to do Flossmas. I'm ready. The stuff's gone. I don't have to worry about making things and selling things, and it's done. They've gone. Fantastic. There are extras. I will put them up through December. So if you see something particularly that you like that I've pulled out and given away, they will be in Etsy. A few. It's what I've got left. Some I've got quite a few of left. Some I've got like 2. We'll see. I did remember to keep one of everything out for me to give away. Mine will be wrapped so that I can show, give away. 12 giveaways through Flossmas. And that's me. And I've got a lot of Mill Hill kits to sort out. Lots of threads to sort. I'm going to go and get on. I'm going to go get warm. I will see you soon, guys. You've completely cheered me up. I was a little bit when I came on this morning. Yeah, I feel a ton better. My brain is sorting itself out to all of this. Project bags. Lots and lots of project bags. I'm actually excited to make myself project bags. I've never really had project bags for myself. I'm going to make cats. And these here that I also bought for myself. There's two. So I'm going to make the reverse. I'm going to make one dark with the light inside and one light with the dark inside. I already have some offcuts, but I've bought enough of this to make extras, and I've got a whole metre of this because it's gorgeous. A whole metre of fabric does not actually make that many bags. I found out. We'll talk about the Flossmas bag saga in Flossmas. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.